Welcome into the Brooks Bench with your host, Brooke, aka Shiggy, my co-host, Megan.
What's up?
If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share, follow us on all social media, and join our second chance tournament challenge bracket. It's always so many words trying to say that. Um, Megan wanted me to preface she is sick, so she'll be sneezing and coughing throughout this entire video. And she also wanted me to preface that she worked very hard today at her job, and she did not get to watch all these games. So, when we're
I see.
recapping, it's going to be me telling Megan what she missed today.
hmm
So you guys will just be here while I explain what happened to Megan. Um, I watched majority of each game. There was only like two good games, not even
mm
one good game. Everyone else got blown out. It was not like yesterday how we're on the edge of our seat all
mm
day long. This one was like, okay, let's wrap this up. So the first game we'll talk about is the exact same way as I described it right now. NC State defeated Michigan State 83 to 49. It was boring. No, I'm just playing. It was not boring because NC State went off. Their guards went off. Isaiah James, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. She was 6 from 11 from the three. Sanaya Rivers, 17 points, 11 assists, and 8 rebounds. NC State ended with making 15 three-pointers the entire game.
mm
That's the most in NCAA tournament history for their program.
mm
Um, NC State came out just popping. They led Michigan State 27 to 9 after shooting 5 for 6 from the three and 10 of 13 overall. Reached a season high of 12 three-pointers in less than 5 minutes in the third quarter, and then obviously they got to the 15 mark. But yeah, NC State's guards couldn't be stopped. Michigan really couldn't do much. Michigan State was led by Grant. I said Michigan. I meant Michigan State. Sorry. Michigan State was led by Grace Van Sluten, 15 points, 11 rebounds, and 1 assist. But yeah, NC State killed it. 50% from the field, 50% from the three-point line. They had all 50s, but 50% from the free throw line is not good. But it was a cool stat. I saw 50, 50, 50, but yeah, one of them wasn't that good. NC State also out-rebounded Michigan State 44 to 29. Yikes. But like I said, NC State came out popping. This game was pretty much over. Couldn't be stopped, Meg. So you didn't really miss much with that one. All right.
I was looking at the stats, and it's surprising that they still can't have a game where all three of their guards go off
Because what's your name?
because
Zoe
Zoe
Brooks,
Brooks
right?
didn't have a good game.
Yeah.
So I was just looking at that, like, man, like when are they gonna have that game where they all pop off?
No, this one was everyone. Madison Hayes, Sanaya Rivers, Isaiah James. They
Yeah,
popped off. And this team, that team right there could win it all. If they played like
yeah,
that, they played some good basketball.
yeah. We haven't talked about it a lot, but Madison Hayes has been having a good season.
Great season, right?
Yeah.
No, I agree with you. Um, NC State will now face LSU. I don't know. This is going to be a good game. I did choose LSU for the upset. I
Mm.
feel like a lot of people were going to go NC State. I need to be different in my bracket. My bracket's just toast now, but I did choose LSU. I don't know how I feel. I feel like it's a coin flip. This is going to be a really good game. I mean, what do you think?
I think I chose LSU as well.
What do
Just
you think?
because NC
Mhm.
State just hasn't been super consistent.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. That's kind of why I leaned towards LSU. They're getting Flau'jae back.
Yeah.
Um, and you guys know a healthy LSU is scary.
hmm
But if NC State plays like they did today, I don't know. That's also scary. That's tough. Over to Texas defeating Illinois 65 to 48. I know it's not really like a blowout, but Texas had control of this game. I mean, the entire game. Texas outscored Illinois 18 to 6 in the second quarter, then broke the game open at the start of the third when Texas stretched the lead to 24. Okay. They are led by Madison Booker, 20 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. One Tonda, 19 points and 6 rebounds. I did want to point out that Texas is struggling from the three these last two games, which is why I think like they're gonna struggle. Like that's why I never considered them like a championship contender. They were 0 for 5 from the 3-point line. They shot 0%. And this is not the first time they struggled from the 3-point line. They don't really have that outside 3-point threat. So, but they didn't need it today. Okay. So this proved me wrong. They shot
hmm
46% from the field. And they outscored Illinois in the paint 36 to 18. But it was all Texas defense. They rattled Illinois. They had 23 points off of Illinois' 20 turnovers. And yeah, it was not a fun game either. Like when I tell you this was not a fun game, I'm kind of going fast so I can get to the good game, the Alabama Maryland game. But yeah, Texas will now face Tennessee. I don't know. What do you think? After we saw Tennessee play Ohio State, are we still thinking Texas is gonna win it, or like what are we thinking?
Well, I already chose Tennessee in my bracket to win it.
Dang,
This
that's
could
crazy. That's a good pick.
this will really make or break it because I know not a lot of people probably chose Tennessee. So maybe this will set me apart. I already messed up
Yeah,
on the Maryland out of Alabama by going against my own Maryland team,
yeah,
and they just had to, yeah, prove me wrong, huh?
they did. I don't know if Tennessee plays how Tennessee can play, like as in that Ohio State game. I think they could beat Texas. I think you had a good pick. You were thinking good a couple weeks ago when you made this bracket, man.
Yeah.
We'll see if it pays off. Over to Oklahoma defeating Iowa 96 to 62. Another boring. It's just not, they're not boring. It was just like these teams handled their games, right? Skylar Van had 17 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Peyton Verhulst, 16.7 rebounds, 3 assists. Oklahoma just was, they were dominant in the paint. They had 64 rebounds. They had 24 offensive rebounds versus Iowa's 5 offensive rebounds. They had 22 second chance points. They were they were just yeah, they were getting whatever they wanted in the paint. They didn't shoot that well from the three, only 32%, but they really didn't need it. Like I said, they out rebounded Iowa 64 to 33. Iowa had 20 turnovers.
Mm.
And yeah, Lucy Olson obviously had a good game, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. But not enough support to beat Oklahoma in this game. Iowa did start off hot. They were in a 10-4 lead, but Oklahoma closed the quarter on a 16-1 run. Oklahoma led 38 to 27 at the half. Even though Reagan Beers, she did have a slow start to the game. She was in foul trouble. But Oklahoma was hitting their threes. They are hitting threes. They made 3 threes in 55-second span early in the second half to go up 49-32. And then basically Oklahoma just took off after that. The momentum swung like severely into their direction. And yeah, they just handled Iowa. I know we were high on Iowa. I did end up going back and picking Oklahoma.
Mm.
I did. Um, I was hoping maybe Iowa could like pull it off, but no. So Oklahoma will now play UConn. Does Oklahoma have a chance against UConn?
um, yes, just because I mean they have an established big beer like Beers has been here, Strong has not, but I think it'll be a good battle. I
Okay.
think this could be one of the first biggest tests for Strong, I think. Because even
Okay.
when UConn played like South Carolina doesn't have that big post player, you know?
Hmm.
I think this is her big test on a big post player that back to the basket,
And when
strong,
you
back you
mean
down.
big, what do you mean by that?
Like like all the other bigs I feel like she's played and in the biggies, like I mean, mm,
Yeah.
I can't even think of a team that really has dominant post presence.
Hmm.
So I just feel like outside of South Carolina's game, and even still, so like Chloe Kitts, they're different kind of bigs. Like
You're talking about
they're
like a
not
traditional center.
right, not the Ford kind of
Yeah.
style where they're making moves to really score on you. Like this is a post up, back you down, use
Hmm.
strength to
Yeah.
score.
Hmm.
So it's just going to be a different look for Strong, and I'm excited to see how she does. But I think UConn still pulls away with this one.
Yeah.
I mean, overall, I just think they just have at least the better starting five.
Yeah. I would agree with you on that one. Over to LSU defeating Florida State 101 to
Sheesh.
71. No, this was closer than you thought. In the beginning, first half, it was close, neck and neck. Tanai Latson was popping off. Okay.
Mm.
Tanai Latson had 30 points, 7 rebounds, and 4 assists. But Michaela Williams and Flage Did not play that many minutes in the second half. I mean, in the first half. They had kind of foul trouble. They had two fouls.
Hmm.
But they sat pretty much the whole second quarter, and you can kind of see like that's where it was going back and forth. But the second half, right when Flau'jae and Michaela Williams got back in the game, they went off. Michaela
Mm.
Williams had 28 points, one rebound, one assist. Anise Morrow, 16 points, 11 rebounds, seven assists. LSU shot 54% over the final two quarters. They also scored 11 points off turnovers and outscored Florida State 28 to 8 in the paint. So that's what happened. It was close. I
Mm.
was really like, oh man, Florida State might do something in the first half, but when Flau'jae got back in there, I don't know, her like confidence and like her presence on the court, I don't know, just gets the team hyped. Like she's like,
Hmm.
no, like I'm her. I think what was it? She said last, oh, I'm back. She was like, I'm back, and it's just like
Hmm.
that vibe just can like rally a team.
Hmm.
LSU ended up shooting 56% from the field, 30% from the three-point line. They outscored Florida State in the paint 52 to 34. Um, but yeah, LSU came out strong. And in the beginning, when it was close in the first half, I was like, ooh, because I chose LSU to upset NC State. I was like, ooh, that was wrong. But then, don't worry, Flau'jae and Michaela Williams. Michaela Williams hit such tough shots.
Hmm.
Like, it's just crazy. Um, but I mean, did we say LSU or we said NC State?
I
Because
said
they play each
LSU.
other. You said LSU. I think it's gonna be a great game. I think this would be like a real back. If we get like the NC State where their guards are popping, and we might get a real back and forth game.
Hmm.
I don't know who's gonna guard Anissa tomorrow, but
Hmm.
we'll have to see. Over to the game of the day, of game of the tournament. This has surpassed Kentucky Kansas State game for me. This was crazy. Maryland defeated Alabama 111 to 108. And this game stressed me out. More stressed me out because I chose Alabama to beat Maryland, and Alabama, you should have won. Okay?
Hmm.
Don't make me mad. But Maryland, scrappy. I'm trying to find out because I mistakenly did not put it in here. Alabama was hitting from three, like could not be stopped. I want to say they were up double digits. I cannot think of how many points they're up against Maryland. But I was like, oh, this is over. Like Alabama is in control. They're hitting their threes. They were just dominating you guys, Megan. They were
Yeah.
dominating. But don't worry, because Sarah Tibayasu and Cheyenne Sellers. Wow, I've never seen so many clutch shots. Tibayasu, she hit so many clutch threes for you guys. It was just insane. Okay, at the end of the game, Sarah Ashley Barker hit a clutch three. Okay, they go up
Hmm.
three, and there's only a couple seconds left, and you guys got the ball back, right? Smichael tried to hit a three, obviously to tie the game. Barker blocked it. I was like, oh, it's over. It's a wrap. No. Ping ponged around. Got to Tibiasu. She cast a three. I was like, oh my God. Okay, overtime. Let me go to overtime. You got, and before you guys went to overtime, what's her name? Zay Green?
Yeah.
And, God, why am
Nye.
I, yes, Aaliyah and I both foul out without
Yeah, I
two
heard that.
starters. Okay? Aaliyah Nyes was, I think, during overtime though, because she didn't get to go. No, it wasn't. Stop. I'm starting to confuse myself. But anyways, they're both fouled out. So I'm like,
Huh.
wow, out two starters in overtime. I was like, Maryland's gonna win this. It's a wrap because you guys were hot. You guys were hitting clutch shots everywhere, and you guys were up. But don't worry, because you guys did the Maryland thing. So what had happened was, no, because what had happened was, is they were up like five. I want to say you guys were up five. Alabama basically got within like what, two? Yeah, got within two. Poffenbarger gets fouled. She goes to the line, misses the first free throw. Okay, makes the second one. Okay, so now Maryland's up three. So it's like Megan, 4 seconds. I don't even know. Not a lot of seconds. Sarah Ashley Barker gets the ball, chucks the ball. Poffenbarger just rams into this girl. Like, what the? There's like zero point 0.7 seconds left. She goes the line to shoot three free throws to tie this game up. I've never seen a girl so locked in my life. Sarah Ashley Barker is a dog. She locked in. And if you guys look back, I want to say it was on the second free throw. Cheyenne Sellers was talking, like, was trying to talk to her and get in her head. Like, she was, like, leaned over. I don't know what she said, if we have any lip readers out there. But she made all three. And I was like, wow, that gave me chills because that is like some clutch. Free throws, okay, are easy. No, they're not. That's like spotlight on you. It's supposed to be the easy shot. No. She locked in. So they go to double OT. And I'm like, wow, it's a wrap. Again, you guys were killing. But Alabama is gritty. They got themselves back in here. They're in the same position. You guys missed another free throw. So you guys are only up three. You could have iced the game, right? Only up
Yeah.
three. But the thing is, they could Alabama too many missed opportunities in the end, and they lost. But that was probably one of the best games I've ever witnessed.
It's one of those games where I saw it all over my timeline. I got all the
It
group
was good.
messages.
It was good.
It's just one of those games where I'm just gonna have to go back and watch it.
You should just watch it
I
because it was
have
good.
to.
It was like it was good. Super back and forth. And when Alabama went on their run, like they were hitting three after three. I was like, "Oh wow, it's a wrap." But Maryland, they came back. That's clutch. You guys were clutch. I was like, "Where's this Maryland team all season?"
Just like that. Just like that on the men's team because the men's
Oh
team also
yeah.
hit the buzzer beater.
We say
They
because
were
I'm from Baltimore.
I'm from Baltimore.
No, that's cool. That's good. That's some good stuff. But like I said, Cheyenne Sellers went off 28 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and then Sarah Tibiasu 26 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. But the real star was Sarah Ashley Barker, 45 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. If Nye and Green did not foul out, I think this is a different
Different
game
game. Yeah.
because they were also doing very well. Even Cody Essence fouls out at the end, but I mean it was like towards the very, very end. Or Essence Cody, sorry. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, Alabama, they had 60 points in the paint versus your guys' 38 points. They were good. This was a good game. This is a great game for both teams. They played absolute. This was like the best game of basketball I've seen in a while. Like I really wish you would have saw it. We would have really been going back and forth right now. And I know this was also in the middle of a work day, so I understand. But Maryland will now play South Carolina, so they beat each other up just to go ahead and play South Carolina. So like that sucks, right? So do you have Maryland beating South Carolina, Megan?
I did not.
No.
I didn't even have them making it to the South
Here.
Carolina game. So
Okay. Well, I also have South Carolina. No, yeah. But it was a great basketball game. Over to UNC defeating West Virginia 58-47. Elizabeth. I combined her name. Alyssa Utsby, 21 points, 7 rebounds, 4 steals, had a really good game. Lexi Denard-Skilla, points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And then Jordan Harrison for West Virginia, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. She was the only player for West Virginia in double digits with 10 points. JJ Quinterly struggled. UNC started to stretch out the lead at the end of the third, beginning on a 9-0 run. This was a pretty close game throughout the first half. Alyssa Usby then pushed the lead the 42-35 with a minute and 35 seconds remaining in the third. West Virginia only shot 24% in this game, and they went one for 14 in the final quarter. Yikes. West Virginia missed their first 11 shots in the fourth quarter, and they were never able to get within 5. It was rough. It was a rough game, especially how highly we've talked about JJ Quinterly. I really thought West Virginia had a chance of upsetting UNC in this one, but when you're shooting 24% from the field and 9% from the three-point line, they went 2 for 21. It's just not a good day. And we all have those days. It's not like UNC shot lights out, 36% from the field, 20% from the three-point line, but they did have 23 points off of turnovers. And yeah. That's all she wrote. Alyssa Usby had a good game, though. So, if she can keep it up, they do end up, they're going to play Duke. Aren't they 1-1 this season against each other?
are they?
I think they are. Who do you
I
got
have
winning this game? Do you have Duke?
yeah.
I do too, but every time Duke and UNC play each other, it's just a scrappy defensive battle and low scoring and just ugly, like fight it out to the death.
Yeah,
It's a coin flip every time these two play.
I can.
Um,
I know Brooke would say the opposite, but I can never choose Duke, and she could. I mean, I could never
we
choose
choose
North
you.
Carolina, and
Yeah.
she would never choose Duke.
I think
So
she did choose Duke. Did she choose UNC?
I don't know. She always is going for UNC though.
I know, but man, the way
Let me see, because I'd kind of be shocked if she didn't go UNC.
this is hard. I think this is going to be a tough game. I don't know. Duke usually pops off in the second half of games. Um, and they have a lot of clutch scores, but when you face an in-conference opponent, it's always a little different. It is always a little different. But yeah, UNC will play Duke in the Sweet 16, a historic battle. Let me know who you guys chose.
Oh wow.
Huh?
She had West Virginia beating North Carolina. How disrespectful to her team.
Hey, I mean, the way West Virginia has played some games, I mean, we
I
talked about
know.
it. We talked about it being a
Yeah.
potential upset. You gotta risk it for the biscuit in these brackets.
Well, then she has Duke because she thought Duke would be playing West Virginia. So,
Okay.
mm,
Okay, over to you.
interesting.
Yeah, over to UConn defeating South Dakota State 91 to 57. These games are just out of hand. South Dakota State put up some good minutes in the first quarter. It was competitive. I was like, "Ooh, okay." They were getting some shots, but didn't really end up like a Cinderella story. Paige Beckers, 34 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. AZ Fudd, 17 points, 1 rebound, 2 steals. And then Paige Meyer for South Dakota State, 16 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Like I said, in the first quarter, South Dakota State kind of did some good things against UConn. But I wish you would have saw this, Megan. Paige Beckers hit a step back three at the buzzer to end the first quarter, and it was just like you knew it was a wrap after that. It was like, all right, pack it up, pack it up. It was so clean though. UConn shot 57% from the field, 44% from the three. They outscored South Dakota State in the paint 44 to 22. And they had 35 points off turnovers. South Dakota State ended up having 25 turnovers. I like South Dakota State. I know they're graduating a lot of seniors. It's not going to be the same South Dakota State that I really not fell in love with, but appreciated how they played the game. So I'm sure I don't know if they'll be the same next year, but they did pretty well. Um, Bummer for them and their seniors. But UConn will now advance and play Oklahoma. We talked about it. Could potentially be a good matchup. Depends if Oklahoma's hitting their threes. I think if they're hitting, maybe. But I got UConn, so and I know
Yeah.
you have UConn. Um, Over to the last game. I know it's finishing up. Oh no, it just finished as we were recording right now. USC demolished Mississippi State 96 to 59, and this is where we all saw Juju go down with injury. No one wants to speculate what happened, but did not look good at all. It was one of those
Yeah.
where your heart just sinks, like one of those
Hmm.
injuries, and it's just like, man,
It's a bummer.
it's a bummer because it's just there's so many things you hate to see injuries, but an athlete of her, I don't know, status or how good she is, just seeing her go down with injury is just a bummer. Um, yeah. Yeah, hopefully I would say let's hope it's not as bad as it is or as we think it is, but I mean we've all seen the video. It looks pretty bad. But USC did end up pulling off the win. They played with spirit. After she went down, it's one of those where the air, was it the sucks out the air in the room? What's the
Yeah.
the wording? Whatever it is. But they rallied behind her. Kiki Uriafen, wow, 36 points. This is the Kiki of last year that we're all like,
Hmm.
yes, this is the ceiling's high. She had 36 points, 9 rebounds, and 2 assists. And then who else stepped up? Avery Howe, 18 points, 6 assists. But just all the freshmen stepped up. Kenny Smith on the defensive end, Kaylee Helko on the defensive end. They're gonna need a lot of that to even try and get past. Who are they gonna end up playing? Did I say? I'll have you look that one up. But they're gonna need a
Oh,
lot of
they
that.
they play. Sorry, foggy brain, sick. They play Kansas State
Hmm,
because
that's
Kansas State won. Yeah,
yeah, that's right. Yeah, they're gonna need a lot of this rallying to, get past Kansas State. But it's possible the way they played today and they rallied around, losing Juju and all that. They could do it. It's a possibility, especially if Kiki can play how she played last year and play
yeah.
tonight. They can do it. Kiki's a great player. We've talked about it. I think her ceiling and her potential is very high. Um, but yeah, I mean, what do you kind of think about, the vibes now of USC?
I still think they have an opportunity to beat Kansas State. I think the real struggle will be UConn, but
Yeah, of course.
I think with what the talent they have, I mean, they still have a talented team.
They had number one recruiting
Um,
class, so
yeah, they just need Kiki to have another phenomenal game. I mean, she's going to be going up against, um,
Aokali.
yeah.
Or
So
Raya Marshall might be going
I
against
mean, but
Aokali,
either
so
one, they both need to step up because they just
yeah.
need to stop her from scoring, and then they have to just have Kennedy probably on Sundell. And if she
Mm-hmm.
plays the way she played today, defensively, I think they'll be okay.
Yeah. Um, well, like I said, hopefully, fingers crossed, it's not as bad as we all think it is for Juju.
Yeah.
But I mean, the way USC rallied around, and basically played for each other against Mississippi State. Mississippi State didn't look like they really wanted to play much basketball. I'm not gonna lie to you. They looked, I don't know, they kind of looked defeated. Their leading scorer was Jacayla Jordan, 17 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals. Um, but yeah, fingers crossed. Hopefully there's news soon. But I don't think, even if it's like not as bad as we think it is, I don't think she's gonna play the rest of the season. I mean, what do you think, Meg?
Yeah, unfortunately, it does look like her season's done. Now we're just hoping it doesn't impact too much of next season. But if it's anything like ACL or MCL, any of those things, um, yeah, it'd be unfortunate.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that was the last game of the night. The last game of the round of 32. We're on to the Sweet 16. We will have a preview of the Sweet 16, and we'll also have a video on our second chance bracket because all of ours suck except Megan's. Megan, you're going strong. On
Am
that
I still
note,
hanging on?
yeah, let's go over to the bracket update, our group tournament challenge update. Wow, this really just darkened on me. But Megan, you're number 3. You're doing great out there. Jason Coker's still leading. I don't think anyone's gonna catch him really. I think it's kind of a wrap. He's like 40 points projected above everyone else. Um, but yeah, Meg, you're hanging in there for maybe a close second.
Yeah.
If Tennessee beats Texas, you're for sure second place. No.
Yeah, I'm banking on that one.
Yeah, you're really in there.
Let's
Um,
see. Hold on. Let me see what Jason. Let me see what Jason's doing over here. Okay, so he has NC State beating LSU, so we don't need that to happen.
okay, okay.
Let's see what else is
UNC over
different.
Duke.
UNC
UNC
over
over
Duke
Duke.
and Texas over Tennessee. So if I get those three,
Whoa! You might be up at first. All right, Jason.
that's a way to make someone
You
feel
got a
better.
shark. You got a shark coming for you. No, honestly.
I know, but I got a
Um,
couple people. So I'm actually tied for third place with
a
SC Born
lot.
and Bred and Dwayne's Busters. So
Yeah.
I need them to go down as well.
There's some
And Mama Shig,
competition. I
look at your
know.
mama
She
running
doesn't
the
even watch
pack.
basketball. This is how you know you just all you need is a little bit of luck
Yeah.
because she doesn't watch basketball. And look at her, second place. That's crazy. But all right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. We'll be back, like I said, with the second chance bracket picks and the Sweet 16 tournament preview. We appreciate you guys. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, and we'll be back tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.